Welcome to Toffee TV. This is the match preview for Everton versus West Ham this Sunday. Before we go any further, we're going to be telling you in this video how you can win £125,000 courtesy of Bet Victor and the Golden Goal. But this is, I don't think banana skin's the right word. It's just a tough game, isn't it? It's West Ham have started the season slowly, let's just say. I think the expectation of the new ground and everything that came with it, and the owners trying to buy the best striker in Europe, or all the best strikers in Europe with no success, I don't think helped them. But they're just coming into a little bit of form now, and it is a very tough game.
It is a tough game. They had an excellent season last season. They were riding high. Still trying to work out how we lost the home game last year after being...
I've got some thoughts.
No, I know, but I mean, for 70 odd minutes we were in total command of the game, weren't we? And ended up losing. But for, all credit to West Ham, they went for it in money. They've started the season really badly, from their point of view, without a shadow of a doubt. But that's what happens, doesn't it? You have a good season and people get carried away, and they did get carried away.
Get carried away.
And then it becomes difficult to try and recreate that. Also, moving into a new stadium is notoriously difficult for sides. The Upton Park was tight and compact, and the crowd were on top of your ear. Yet there's a lot more supporters put them miles away from the pitch. Teams will enjoy going there.
Without, don't want to come down badly on the West. They're also the wrong kind of fans.
Well,
no, they are the wrong kind of fans.
Different type of fan, but. So it's all contributed to their bad start. But Everton started quite well and we've tailed off, so we're kind of it's a level playing field at the weekend. They could go either way. Yeah,
like as you said there, I mean, they've just kicked in a little bit while we just had a little bit of a rocky spell, and that's where it becomes intriguing, isn't it? Because they'll be looking at us now and thinking, right, we can catch them with a couple of games. They would take points off us, and then the following game where and that's the worry from our point of view, isn't it? That we're still in sixth, but now is the point where we've got to go, right, no more of this. We need to get into a bit of form. We need to start winning games a lot more consistently, like we were at the beginning of the season, and make that spot in the top 7. Solidify that and make sure that when we come into sort of the next part of the season now, that we are always in and around that area. Because it's stupid, we're still 6, we're 5 points off the top, but you feel if this run goes any longer, we're going to be dragged in. Southampton, West Ham, even Stoke have started winning games, and you think, well, we're going to get dragged into that middle part. And you tend to find, if you get dragged in there in the second part of the season, it's very tough to get out.
Yeah, we'd had an excellent start. We were up there, weren't we? We were close to the top of the league, and the wheels have fell off a little bit. You look back, you can't help look back to that Norwich game and go, why didn't we just play our best side and beat them and keep the momentum going? We lost it at the time. We went right to one off. We changed it. We got beat at Bournemouth. Then all of a sudden the Palace became a game where you want to win. We didn't. And then City was a bonus, I think, for everybody. But then we've gone to Burnley, and we should have won, and we haven't.
But we said that at the time, didn't we? About the Norwich game, we said that, because we've been going the match long enough to know. I mean, we're not tactical geniuses. We're not, we don't know the ins and outs of every little nook and cranny of football. But we've been watching football long enough to know that momentum is a big thing, and if you can keep it going early, and that cup was a bit, and it really kills me to see, Leeds are into the quarter final now. They beat Norwich.
Newcastle
in the quarter final. When you look at it and go, take that trophy seriously, and hopefully that'll kick into the rest of the. And I know people say, well, other players need to play, but why do they? Why do they?
But maybe if you're doing that, just play 2 of them players then, or 3 of them players maximum. Do you know what I mean? Keep your core 7.
It just winds me up, and
it's just frustrating because
it winds me up because, like we said at the time, keep the momentum going, get a win here, and we'll go on to the next game. And we didn't. We got beaten, and as you said, it tumbles on. But
it's time. I mean, Sunday is the perfect time for us not to stand up because it's a home game. It's against the team who aren't in great form. All right, they've won. They've had a couple. They had 4 points out the last couple they've took or something like that. It was a 94th minute winner at the weekend. They're not sweeping teams aside. When he came to Goodison last year, they were on. They were brilliant. They were flying, and we took them apart. It was only, don't forget we lost Morales early as well. It was only Lukaku misses a pen at 2-0. Would have been 3-0. It'd have been game over.
Well, we went down to 9 men.
And then we brought I still don't blame Nias. I think the fact that just the shape was wrong. I don't think it was necessarily.
I don't blame him as a person.
But I don't, mate. He could, if he'd have took Lukaku or they just played Nias up and put an extra man in midfield or kept it, we'd have probably still won the game. He didn't. He went 2 up front for the only time of the season when we had 10 men against the team who had 5 strikers on the pitch. So it is what it is. It's a good game for us in one way. It's a dangerous game in the other. But every team now, Burnley have proved at the weekend, every team can beat you, and that's the way
we've got to get back into that habit of winning games, because if we don't win this and then we're facing Chelsea and you go through a whole sort of block of fixtures
without winning,
then suddenly it is panic stations, isn't it? It's like, where's that next win coming from?
If we don't beat West Ham, and then you'd say that it's going to be difficult to win down at Stamford Bridge. That's a whole between international fixtures. We haven't won a game. You're going back. It's already 5 games without a win. When we won 4 on the run. So that's how quick it can flip. And if it can flip, something as simple as changing the team for Norwich. If you'd have kept the same team,
but you can't. You can.
But there's the line, isn't it?
Yeah.
And all you can go on is results will prove your point.
But I think also it's not. I'm not sort of looking back at those games and saying we were lucky. But I think the first few wins we steamrolled teams, didn't we? In certain element, certain times of the game. You think back at West Brom, the second half we played pretty good. Sunderland, second half we played pretty good. Middlesbrough, we only had to play well for about 15 minutes really to get the 3 goals, and we haven't really played well for 90 minutes
yet.
We haven't
put a game together.
No, we haven't played, and we still, for me, don't really have a pattern of play. It's hard to put your finger on. No, but
I just don't think the play. I think the patterns. I think it's clear what he wants. He wants hard work.
Yeah.
He wants pressing high up the pitch, and he wants us to get the ball from front to back quite quickly and do the pressing in and around. That's the way AC Milan used to play years ago.
But that's what I'm saying. It's more of a. He's come in and said, right, these are the things I want first. Stay tight, which he's pretty much done. Press when you can, which has worked on some levels, not on all levels. Some players have adapted to it, some players haven't. And like you say, try and hit teams with pace and power. The other thing will probably come, the pattern of play you expect will come later. It's all about winning, staying tight, winning games, and he getting his own play in, and the level of play he wants in.
Definitely. I think the problem for me is the players have just dipped.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. I don't think you can. Ronald Koeman knows what he wants, and he might have made a couple of errors here and there with just certain things, but the players aren't performing. The problem's the final third. We've said it so many times. It's the final third.
There's 3 players out of form all at the same time. Kevin Morales, Ross Barkley, Gerard Deulofeu. Not one of them has got a game in them, and that is fundamentally the problem, isn't it? You're looking for defensively. We've been fine. You look at Bournemouth and you say put your chances away, we win that game, which it's an easy statement to make, but it's true. Burnley on Saturday, you put your chances away, or
the game should have been over at 3:15 Saturday. Certainly we could have been 2-0 up. You'd have gone 2-0 up there, you'd win the game comfortably, because without being too disrespectful to Burnley, they didn't really offer anything, did they? They offered nothing. They just committed themselves and worked hard. We weren't hanging on at any stage, but we're just not good enough in that final third. And the problem for me is that, and I've said it many times, and people are just stuck on this. We only need one striker and these 2 wide men. In a 4-3-3, if you've got Luis Suarez, Neymar and Messi, you get 30 goals each. That's great. Yeah. Play with that. Liverpool, when they nearly won the league, had Daniel Sturridge, 25 goals. Suarez, 30 odd. Sterling 10. That's fine. But we've got Romelu Lukaku. We've got nothing else.
If we had a front three, that were a front three, then you'd say yeah, wouldn't you? If Morales or whoever was going down the left, and Balassi was getting in at the back post, or the opposite, or then you'd say it works. But it doesn't work, because the amount of times someone goes down the wing, which is typically Balassi, because he's the only one who really does it, and he looks into the box, and all he's got really is Rom and maybe Ross Barkley sometimes. Maybe. And if Ross Barkley heads it, he typically heads it wide. That's the problem, isn't it? I said this through the day. I said this on the final word. You looked at Southampton against Man City and the way they pushed players forward, and we spoke about this about Ross Barkley. How many times does Ross Barkley, when he plays in that role, get beyond the striker? It just never happens. It never happens, and we just don't have anyone like that. We don't have any midfielders who are breaking themselves to get in that box and try and get a goal. There's no one with that instinct. They're trying to be, there's creative players, but they don't do anything else. And at some point, you need a midfielder who's just going to be like, no, I'm a bit selfish, me actually. I'm a midfielder who's going to score goals. I'm not saying there's loads about, but we really need someone like that, don't we? We just need someone.
I think we probably just need to lift the formation up and go again, try something different, because we'll continue with these set of players. We'll continue to get similar results because I'll feel about Delafeu, but at the moment he just looks a shadow. He doesn't look like a player. Morales has gone off the boil. He does nothing to me. He has the one I quite like, Kev, and I like but he does nothing. No. If you actually break down what he doesn't do a thing. So it's a waste of a player. Balassi I like, and he's working hard and all that. Got a lot of time for him. Lukaku still goes missing in too many games for me, but will score goals. If you took him out, we'd have no chance. Yeah. So you've got to give him the respect, but he deserves someone to work with him. But
it's mad, isn't it? It's mad, isn't it? That we can see, and we could see under the previous manager, that Romelu Lukaku really likes to play in a 2 or a split 2 or a midfielder really pushed, and yet managers just continue to play him on his own, and I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't get. I don't really want to have a go at Ronald Koeman too early, but it's worked when he's had Balassi next to him.
Right, he's looked better.
He's looked better. The goal against Manchester City, the goal Saturday, him and Balassi were right next to each other, and it's almost forced open the Burnley defence.
Think about it. You're a centre half, right? And you're marking Romelu Lukaku. You've got you and your mate, because no teams don't play one centre half. So you've got two of you marking this lad that isn't great with his back to goal. He's fantastic running the other way. He ain't great with his back to goal. And the two wide men, your full-backs will take care of them. So always you've got a man spare, and your defence sits tight. Balassi might hurt you because he's playing quite well, but Morales and Delafeu aren't going to hurt you. And then Everton's midfielders don't flood forward. Barry and Garner, everything's in front of them, nothing's beyond them. They're not getting in and bursting. So we're just so predictable. We're so easy to play against. And I think if you two centre backs coming up and you've had, I don't know, say Barkley and Rom, or Balassi and Rom, and you've got to look after them too, they can do the full back and the centre back. The full back and the centre back, that's their work done, and they can just play in them 2 holes. Your two centre halves are occupied at all times then. And then your wingers, if they push on, all of a sudden at times you'll make it 4 against 4. So it's easy to make it run and you're in. Where at the moment we knock it up to Rom, say he does bring it down, he's looking around. Now okay, he might have Balassi there, but they can get bodies around him, and he ain't good enough still at protecting the ball. He can do it in patches, but he wants to be going the other way. We've seen at City, when Balassi occupied the centre half, Rom came to life because he had his head down, he was running with the ball. When he's like that, he's like a train, and you can't stop him. How many times does he do that normally? And we can't get him on it. Because why we can't get him on it? Because someone goes tight to him and the other fella sits off. So if he does spin the first fella, you get with the second fella.
And also, if you play 2 up front, that says to the opposition that one of your full-backs has got to stay.
Never go man for man.
And it's going to be interesting Saturday, because they play 3 at the back now. They've changed their system because they were leaking goals. So they were playing 3. They're playing 3 at the back.
I think we should match them.
But we haven't really got 3 strikers though.
No, I don't go 3 for 3. I mean, go 3 at the back ourselves.
Yeah.
I think we should go 3 at the back ourselves. We push. If he's going to persist with Seamus Coleman, push him right on. If he's going to, you know, he's saying he hasn't ruled Baines out yet, so fingers crossed Baines he'll be fit. Push him up. And then get 3, get a flat.
I'd love to see 3. I'd love to see that.
He's not going to. We went on about playing Barkley up there, and I still think he should.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But what he may do at the weekend is cleverly he might stay in there. He might go for a flat 3 across the middle of the park because McCarthy's out now. If he's going to do that, push Balassi right alongside Ron and go. Start getting.
What about Aaron Lennon? What if Aaron Lennon's fit? Do you think he could be a little? Everyone else has been tried, so why not Aaron Lennon?
If he sticks with the 3. If he sticks with the 3, then why not give Lennon a go? He'll work harder than Delafeu. He'll work hard. Morales works.
What Lennon could do if you played 4 in midfield and played Balassi up front. Lennon could play on the left or on the right and just be a like when he played first game and he played on the right and it allowed Coleman to go up and you always knew you had that little bit of extra. And then if you've got like Balassi on the left, let's say, then you've got if you've got a Morales or a Delafeu on the left, then you've got that bit more more of a winger. If Lennon's fit, I think he deserves a chance because.
Well, I think no one else is been nailing their colours to the mast, are they? No one's going, I deserve my place. Morales doesn't. Delafeu certainly doesn't. Barkley is hot and cold, shall we say? Yeah.
Right. Before we talk about the dangerman for West Ham, £100,000. Right, Bet Victor, £100,000. We did it last week. I got within 2 minutes of the goal. I said 3 minutes. Hazard, but it doesn't really matter. It might as well have been a million miles away.
You're close as I was with Herrera on 16 minutes.
This week it is Chelsea versus Southampton. Right. First goal scorer.
Come on.
And the minutes. You do not have to bet any money on this. You go to the Bet Victor website. All the details will be in the description below, and you put in the first. You put in your time and you put in your goal scorer for a chance to win 100. I think it rolled over, so I think it's 125,000 this week. So, who do you think?
Costa, 6 minutes.
Right, I'm going for Charlie Austin on the 36th minute.
Okay,
because I think I like Charlie.
He's flying, he's flying. Costa 6, I'm still going for.
Costa 6.
One of those little horrible ones, nasty horrible.
So,
stab.
In the description below, the link. You do not. This is not a bet. This is like a free to enter competition. It's £125,000. Go and have a go. Go and have a go. Why not? What have you got to lose?
If we win it, what are we going to do if we win it?
If we win it,
what can we do? Sedney Assey last week with a lock and he didn't get played in the mini derby.
Do you know what I'd like to do? And this is not like flamboyant or anything. I'd like us to be like the match sponsor for one of the Everton games.
That'd be
so
good.
This game is sponsored by Toffee TV. We're in the programme. You know, we get wined and dined. That'd be boss, that, wouldn't it?
Good,
and get a big billboard on the William Hill at the end of Goodison Road. That'd be boss, that, wouldn't it?
That'd be good.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
You know, I'm not just frittering her away.
I'd probably pay us our wages for a year to do this and make videos every single day.
After a year, though? After a year?
No, we'd have to go back to us.
Imagine that.
I'm not saying 120.
Yeah, that's how much it worth.
We could probably do it for a few years on that, mate, quite comfortably. But but no, I like that sponsor, and that's quite good. That's quite good. That.
There you go. Yeah. See, you thought I was just gonna frit it all away.
Or
I'm using my head.
To Ireland and look for another Seamus Coleman for 60 grand. Who knows?
Get two. Like nah, the pound against the euro. Get off. Right, so there's your chance. Get over there and Bet Victor. Golden goal. Have a go at that one. Right, back to the game. West Ham. Yeah. As I say, Payet is obviously the danger man, isn't he? He's coming back into some kind of form now. You know, he got back from the Euros, a little bit maybe fatigued, a little bit injured, and you know, he's still doing mad things like Rabona assist and things like that. But he really has gone up a level, hasn't he? You know, this time last year he was finding his feet, he was playing well, but I think everyone thought, you know, might be one of these players that when the winter kicks in, wasn't the Winter that kicked in, it was James McCarthy that kicked in. But you know, he had a great Euros as well. He's, you know, cemented himself in the French team, and God, I wish he'd signed for us.
I've got to be honest, I done a video last year when we played them, and he didn't have, I didn't think he had a very good game at Goodison. He ended up with an assist and the winner, but he hardly touched the ball. But he was one of those players that the more you watched, you were like, he's definitely got something. In the Euros, he was fantastic. So he's quite clearly West Ham's danger man. He's got balance, he can hit it, balls, free kicks, it's fantastic. He's just quality, isn't he? A real quality player. So he's one you'd have to watch. It's going to be a tough game. You know, they're gonna come. I think they'll be happy with a point.
I think they will actually. I think they'll be happy to keep the roller going. But the other player I like for them is Antonio, and I think where he's a danger. Don't pull that face, because I think where he's a danger is he is like an old-fashioned right midfielder.
Yeah,
but he's playing right wing back now, and he always seems to pop up. Like we always say, the cross comes from the left, and he always pops up. Yeah. And I worry him against him Oviedo. At the far post against Oviedo. That's a worry for me, because he's very good at that. He's done that a few times for West Ham, and that to me is a big danger.
He's a hard worker, isn't he? Powerful lad. Forced his way into the England squad.
Yeah.
They've got a few. They're
a solid team. What they've done is really well, I think, is they've put hard-working players. Don't get me wrong, they're a little bit more than hard-working players around Payet, and again, it almost takes me back to this idea of Ross Barkley of just letting your good players do what they do well, and not have to worry about anything else. Now, I'm not saying Payet. He is pretty much the finished article. He's 30 now, and he's got it all sussed out. He knows what he's good at, he knows what he's not good at, and he's got that level of consistency as well. But it is that idea of just letting your good players do what they do, and not say to them, "Oh, you've got to come back and defend, or you've got to do this." Build a team round. And again, I'm not saying Ross Barkley's worthy of having a team built around them, but it's like you have Payet, and then you have someone like Noble who goes round being, you know, very sure, breaking things up, and I think that's what they've done right. And also, fair play to you know, to Bilic, who's seen that they've been shipping goals early on and said, well, we need to change this. We've got the personnel to change it, so let's go to a 3 at the back and change things up a little bit. So that's another little thing which, you know, it'd be interesting to see how that develops. And I think 3 at the back is going to be the next big thing. You know how it goes. One manager brings it in, and then another manager brings it in because he goes, well, we're playing them today, so we've got to go like for like, and then suddenly it spreads like.
Well, we've said it for a while. Everton should have been playing. Juventus are fantastic at it. Italy were brilliant at it in the Euros. You know, it's Chelsea will do it under Conte more often than not. You know, other teams will do it, and why not? People are terrified about having a man down in midfield, but for me, the sacrifice is up front, because everyone just decided that you could only ever play 4-3-3. Then that was it. Footy was changed forever. But you're losing something. You're taking 50. You know, football was built. It's built on goals. So if you used to have 2 centre forwards who score goals. Taking one of them out with a 3-5-2, you can still get 2 strikers up there. Obviously, the pieces have to fit everywhere else. And if it gives West Ham a better chance of winning, then that's why he's done it. And good on him for looking early and going, we need to change it. It's a game that can go either way. I expect us to win because we're at home and they're not playing great, and we need to win. But it could go either way.
Me heart says Everton 2-1. Me head says 1-1. But I think we really need to win, because I really think now is the time where we've got to kick on and grind wins out. Forget about how well you're playing. You've got to grind wins out now and again. And that's what we haven't been doing in the last few weeks.
We've got to win a game. That's what we've got to do. Win a game. Romelu Lukaku, 9th game on the run against them. That's what I'm hoping.
Get that confidence back and win a game of football. Fair enough. Tell us what you think in the comments about this game. Are you worried, or do you think this is a great chance for us to take the 3 points? Don't forget, Bet Victor, chance to win £125,000 with the golden goal. All the details are in the description below. Get over there. Give yourself a chance to win some money. To, you know, chill out for a few years, go on a few holidays. It's all there. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. We'll see you later.